Hey YouTube, this is Moon Monitor, and this is extreme zoom. So finally managed to catch some video footage of the moon, which is pretty cool because it's been pretty rubbish lately. There's been either nothing in the sky because it's all out during the day, or because it's been too cloudy, and it's been really hard to get anything uploaded. But finally got something, so I thought I'd get as much as I could. It wasn't the best conditions. Wasn't the clearest night, and there was cloud now and then, but managed to get some footage. This is 4K 30 frames a second on the Nikon P1000. Recorded at anywhere between 3000 and 12,000 millimeters, or anywhere up to around 500 times zoom, and then edited. Some of it's cropped in slightly further, but yeah, the footage isn't too bad really when you look at it. Pretty pleased with that. I mean, you can see a lot of the detail in the craters and that. A lot of this footage I'd like to go over really, because the original videos that I used to do were looking at sort of anomalies, things that looked not quite right on the craters, just trying to analyse stuff that you could notice, just create your own research rather than going off other people's stuff, just see what I could find. Pretty interesting looking at some of this, that you can see a lot of areas on the moon that are actually shining, which is pretty interesting really. So yeah, it'd be pretty cool. So yeah, I'm really pleased to be able to get some of this footage now, and say everything that I'm able to record in 4K I am. Otherwise it will be 1080p. Also got some videos coming up soon. Hopefully I'll get one recorded tonight if the skies are clear enough. But I've also got the Celestron C90 telescope that I use, which I think is brilliant for what it costs and the size. And obviously this is a pretty budget channel, and the stuff that I use is not particularly expensive, so I try and keep everything fairly affordable. The P1000 is probably the biggest expense I've ever had. But apart from that, I mean, everything's fairly affordable. But going back to the Celestron C90, I use the Canon 750D with that, which worked great. And I've been playing around with different setups and things. And but I've actually today purchased a Canon 600D, so actually going backwards in terms of the Canon line. But I've read a lot of reviews about this, and a lot of people really like the digital zoom that comes with the 600D. It's a really rare feature to have. It's not in most of the Canon range. I think you can get it in maybe the 80D, but it's not found on most of the range. And I'm no expert how it works, but basically it's not just cropping the image from the screen, it's actually cropping it from the sensor. So you can have anywhere from 3 to 10 times digital zoom, and the quality is a lot better than just cropping. So I'm really looking forward to trying that now. I've purchased that. Got a really good deal on that. It's almost looks brand new. Come with an extra battery. Paid like 120 quid for it, which is like probably around $130 or something. So that'll be another camera that I'm really interested to use. It's only an 18 megapixel compared to the 24 on the 750D, but I don't think that'll make a lot of difference. I think it'll be absolutely fine. So, and I say with the crop factor on the 600D, same as the 750D, the Celestron C90 is actually a 1250mm lens with a 1.6 crop factor, takes it to 2000 millimeters, and potentially with the 3 times digital zoom, you're looking at 6000 millimeters, all the way up to 20,000 millimeters for the 10 times zoom. And then if I use like a 2 times Barlow on it, which may well be pushing it too far, but it's cool to test these things out. You go anywhere up to 40,000 times zoom, which is getting pretty crazy. 40,000 millimeters, sorry, which is getting pretty crazy. But again, it'll be interesting to see. So I like playing around and seeing what I get, and Maybe the quality will be better than the Nikon P1000. Maybe it'll be worse, but it'll be nice to have that digital zoom, because you just, especially when looking at planets and stuff as well, like looking at Saturn and Mars and that, you just can't quite get close enough to catch the detail like you can with the Nikon P1000. And I think that digital zoom, just bringing it in a bit more, I should be able to get some good footage. I'm not expecting anything amazing, but using what I've got and just trying to push it as much as I can. It'll be really interesting to see what I can get. So I really like that shot of the moon there. I really do. I love looking at that particular area. There's so much detail to be found, and obviously depending on where the moon is in the sky, where you can catch the light at certain areas, that's such an interesting area of the moon to look at. I've also got some really good photos that I've taken as well of that. Obviously, photos can show a lot of detail as well, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, so I hope you like my videos. It'll be cool. Like, please leave comments if you want me to do certain things. My videos are mostly just entertainment. I just enjoy filming the moon and the planets and that. I'm very much into videography, more than I am photography. I'm currently learning a lot of filmmaking skills and that now, which obviously in terms of what I'm using my YouTube for doesn't really go into filmmaking, but learning more advanced editing and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm just enjoying it all really. It's all just a hobby, nothing too crazy, but I do, I tend to really like any form of extreme videography or photography. So I'm always, like with this, trying to look at something that's very far away. I also enjoy macro photography, which is obviously the complete opposite. And I'd like to bring more videos again with the night vision, the digital night vision, looking at the sky, because you can see a lot of stuff floating around, which I mentioned in my last video as well when I was talking. So that's cool. And I've got a lot of sort of equipment I like to use, and I've got a lot of basic Canon cameras, older cameras and that, and even then, with minimal equipment and skill, you can still, get reasonable astrophotography, moon and the more simple stuff like that, as opposed to deep sky. So like just sort of encouraging anyone really to have a go and see what you can get, because I mean, a lot of this, when I video, I'm looking right now, you can see the very surface of the moon, the edges, and it is possible to capture certain things. I have never been lucky enough to see anything, it would be lovely to see something floating around up there or on the moon's surface, who knows, UFOs, and I like to clarify, when I use the word UFO, the term doesn't mean I mean little green alien, just simply that unidentified flying object. I don't know what it is, but there are things, and it would be really great to be able to find things and put them on the channel. So the more I can get videoed on here and put up, the more that, who knows what I might discover, and things do pop up. There's been many YouTubers that have accidentally filmed things and found things. So it's all fun. So, but I say it all the time, but I'm still amazed at how close, a simple bridge camera can get, the amount of detail and how easy it is to use. I'm not lumping around a big 15-kilo telescope, trying to capture things. This is something that I can set up in 5 minutes and really have a good look around and get some quality, decent images. I'm very much on the idea of keeping things simple, because the stuff that will take me less time to set up and use is probably the things that I'll be using the most and get to know the best. It's not super complicated, not super expensive, and not super time consuming either. We've all got lives, we've all got families, we've all got things to do, but yeah, pretty amazing. So yeah, coming towards the end of this video now. I hope you've really enjoyed it. Um, the moon is my favourite thing to video, and I'll definitely be putting lots more of it up. But I do plan on putting other types of videos other than Astro on, and things. And you know, if it's not your cup of tea, that's fine. There'll definitely be space videos coming up all the time in between, but there might be other bits to do with photography or videography that are not quite the same related to this, and that's fine, you know. But please don't unsubscribe, because there'll always be this stuff coming on as well. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll leave you with it. Cheers.